After the second battle, which we have seen in Bet Horon, the Greek king Antiochus decided to send even a bigger army to the land of Judea. He sent 3 commanders, Nicanor, Talmai, and Gorgias. He sent them with a huge army of 60,000 soldiers and horsemen, and the Greek camp was stationed in the valley of Ayalon. Yehuda decided immediately to leave his camp in Bethel and came to Mitzpah, a site of prayer since the time of Shemuel. Mitzpah is identified in the site of Nebi Samuel, the tomb of the prophet Samuel. There he came with his men and prayed before going to the war. Come with me to Mitzpah, and there we shall describe the prayer of Yehuda Maccabee before the third battle in the valley of Ayalon. Come with me. We are now in the city of Mitzpah. Yehuda with his men did not wait in Bethel. He came to Mitzpah to pray before the war with his men. Let us read a few sentences from the book of the Maccabees describing his prayer here in Mitzpah. And Yehuda gathered his men to Mitzpah. Here we see the remnants of the city of Mitzpah, identified now in the site of Nebi Samuel, near Jerusalem, where Jews had been accustomed to praying ever since the days of the prophet Samuel. What Yehuda did was he continued the tradition of the prophet Samuel, who also prayed here with the people of Israel before going to war with the Philistines. There they prayed, read from the Torah, and blew the trumpets for a full day. They also fasted and afflicted themselves exactly as did Samuel with the people of Israel hundreds of years ago. In accordance with the Torah law, Yehuda released from active service anyone who had just built a new house, or betrothed a woman, or planted an orchard, as well as the soft-hearted who were afraid of battle. Here we read in the first time in history that the commandment of the Torah to release those who are afraid of war was fulfilled by Yehuda. Those who remained, Yehuda encouraged with words of faith, which he concluded with this call: "It is better that we die in battle than to see evil befall our people and our temple." And during their prayer here in this place, Yehuda heard that Gorgias is coming to Bethel through the way of Bet Horon, Route 443, now with 7,000 horsemen. And right then, Yehuda decided not to wait, but to go down to the valley of Ayalon and to attack the Greek camp that was stationed there. But he did not go through the regular way through Bet Horon, but he went through route number 1, Sha'ar Hagai. And this was in the time of the Second Temple. This way was not used. So he went through Sha'ar Hagai unexpected way, and at dawn came to the valley of Ayalon, where the Greek army, Greek camp was stationed. Come with me to the valley of Ayalon, and there we shall describe the third battle of Yehuda. Come with me to the valley of Ayalon. After the prayer in Mitzpah, we've been there in Nebi Samuel, Yehuda decided to go down to the valley of Ayalon. The Greek camp was stationed right here in the valley of Ayalon. He didn't use the regular way going through Bet Horon because Gorgias used that way. He took the way of Sha'ar Hagai that we can see here, and in the morning at dawn he arrived to the eastern part of the valley. Let us read from the book of the Maccabees. He arrived at the edge of the valley opposite the Syrian camp. The Syrian camp was stationed all over the valley. When morning broke and saw the enemy sleeping soundly without fear, he then divided his soldiers to 3 groups. He took the main force, and he stationed the main force on the hill of the monastery, which we can see from here. He gave the other 2 units to his brothers Jonathan and Shimon. One went to the northern part of the valley, where we can see the British police station, and one he brought to this side, to the southern part of the valley. Here there is a monument to the soldiers who were killed during the War of Independence. And then the Greek camp was sleeping, and then he gave the order. Yehuda ordered his brothers that upon hearing the call, "Salvation is the Lord's," this was the slogan of Yehuda, they would all at the same time simultaneously fall upon the enemy camp, each one from his side, east, north, and south. The signal was given, and Yehuda and his brothers burst forth and led their men into the Greek camp, which immediately became a site of bedlam. They smote more than 9,000 Greeks, and the others fled. They fled to the west because he left the western side open. So they ran away to Jaffa and went back to Syria. But Yehuda did not allow his soldiers to take the booty, because he knew that Gorgias is going back through the way of Bet Horon. So he ordered his soldiers to wait. But Gorgias went down the mountain. He saw the smoke coming up from the camp, and they all ran away. And only then Yehuda allowed his soldiers to take the booty. Especially they needed weapons. And most of the weapons that they used during the next battles came from this camp in the valley of Ayalon. But when they were busy taking the weapons of the Greek soldiers, Shabbat came. It was on Friday, and Shabbat came, and they had to stay here during the Shabbat. They stayed here, prayed to God, thanked God for the victory, for the great victory, and only after Shabbat they went back to the mountains of Bethel. This was a very important battle, first of all because they took a lot of weapons, but also because this battle includes all the elements of the battles, the great battles of Yehuda. Here they showed their wisdom. They surprised, they attacked by surprise. They came at night. They divided the soldiers into several groups. And they got a lot of intelligence about the Greek camp. So all the elements that helped, that brought Yehuda to the victory are included in this battle. After the battle, they went back to Bethel, but the Greek Empire did not give up. They were determined to continue their war against the Jewish people. This time, they sent huge Greek army to the mountains of Hebron, to the mountains of Gush Etzion. Come with me, and there on the mountains of Hebron, we shall describe the fourth and the fifth battle of Yehuda. Come with me.